to what's happening in Anatolia right now with the second round of the quote unquote elections. When you look at what's happening uh, in Siam, they just had quote unquote elections, and the opposition uh, overtook the military parties, or at least those influenced heavily by the military. Uh, when you look at what's happening now uh, in Central and South Amexem, things are in a weird space. And the only thing keeping so-called China afloat right now is a lot of the narco funds from South Amexem are circling and cycling through so-called Chinese banks. So they're profiting off of the misery of those who are addicted to drugs. They are doing all manner of ill will to these Muslims and Western misnomer so-called China. Akith and Kendra here in Northern-Amexem are watching what some call a quote-unquote Jim Crow era return right before their eyes. They still insist on participating in the nonsense, empowering and funding the nonsense. The so-called enlightened give them dog and pony show and feel-good speeches, and they hang on every word. They say they want to be free of the colonizing hostiles. They're all over social media with this. We ought to do this. We ought to do that. We should have this. We should plan that. Let's come together and do so and so. Put before them a competent plan and a competent budget to implement said plan, and they scatter. They run. So parties show you where they really are. Accept it. It's so hurt when you attempt to put on the rose-colored glasses and see the glasses half full. I'm like, no, I'm not doing the half full or whatever. No, just take my glass and drink my own water on my own terms over here, away from them. Not in the convincing business. When parties show you that they're all talk and no action, accept it and move on. We have so many things on our plate we have to contend with. And we got about 22 months to get a few things right. We can do things on our own. We don't need to count as hostiles for anything. Global communication is going to be the thing we got to work on the hardest. Even with a shortwave radio, you can communicate. An EMP blast can take out high frequencies, but they don't interfere with shortwave radio. So I didn't get them sooner. Been working on getting as much non-GMO seeds, indoor food growth capacity, electrical power generation, and other things that I won't go into in place as best we could on both sides of the ocean with the means that we have, independent on our own terms. Had to do more. Gotta get Ghana-Songhai up and running stronger. Gotta get Zanaga up and running stronger and harder. Azania as well. Al-Sabata as well. Albion is something that we gotta make some decisions on. Figure how to make things work. I have no idea how much we're going to lose in terms of land mass to the rising sea levels and rising underground water tables there. Remains to be seen. Got to work out something with the nationals there so that we all survive. But here in North-Amexem, though, our kith and kindred have access to information and resources. Priorities are just all screwed up. And you can't make folks, they have to see it. They have to see it with their own eyes, their own mind, in their own time. And the evidence is very clear. Our folks simply don't see it. And those that do, as I said before, they're numb. They freeze. They're frightened. They are scared of the colonizing hostiles and their melanated puppets, boule, whatever you want to call them, gatekeepers, whatever. At the end of the day, it comes down to one simple thing. All that is external. It's external. The power is internal. They refuse to tap the inner power individually, so we can't do it collectively on a large enough scale because they are terrified. You have the average, they walk around with their pants hanging off and they got themselves totally strapped up. And they'll pull out and flat blast anyone that's melanated and won't lose a wink of sleep. Anyone non-melanated will never see their pistol. Their self-hate is that strong. It's not the colonizing hostiles. Our folks have taken it on and they perpetuate what the colonizing hostiles did to their brain. And they fight us and anyone that will come to them with a competent plan and a competent budget. They will bury their heads in the sand and fight you if you attempt to pull their heads out of that sand. You attempt to get them moving, they will resist. They will fight you. They will beg and plead to lick Mr. Charlie's boots. They will beg and plead for crumbs that Mr. Charlie has spit on. And what is allowed shall continue. And they allow it. If you come to them and show them the viable option, if you let it be known that you're happy to train them and get them prepared, they resist. They'll fight you. And then you have those that want to be in charge and have no idea what they're talking about, no idea what they're doing. They have followers. They are leaders. They are important and provide no solutions at all that are unencumbered. And folks hang on to every word. And what is allowed shall continue. As I said before, it is what it is. It can't be what it's not.